Welcome to Olympian Cares, giving you the best in water testing and analysis. Today we're looking at New York State, the Department of Health, and we're discussing coliforms. Now, these can affect you in different ways, and they can affect you also if you're in big cities like New York City, Manhattan, Queens, the Bronx. It can also affect you if you're in rural areas. So first of all, what are coliforms? Why should we be concerned about them? Coliforms are bacteria that are always present in digestive tracts of animals, including humans, are found in their waste. They're also found in plant and soil material. Indicator organisms with water pollution caused by fecal contamination is a serious problem due to the potential for contracting diseases from pathogens. Disease-causing organisms, frequently concentrations of pathogens from fecal contamination are small, and the number of different possible pathogens is large. As a result, it is not practical to test for pathogens in every water sample collected. Instead, the presence of pathogens is determined with every indirect evidence by testing for an indicator organism, such as a coliform bacteria. And they come from the same source as pathogenic organisms, and they're relatively easy to identify and are usually present in large numbers. And they're more dangerous than pathogens actually to the environment, wastewater treatment, and water treatment similar to many pathogens. As a result, testing for coliform bacteria can be a reasonable indication of whether or other pathogenic bacteria are present. And they can be dangerous in some cases. In some cases, they're not harmful. So you might want to take a look at different types of coliforms, like total coliforms, fecal coliforms, and E. coli. The most basic test for bacterial contamination of water supply is total coliform bacteria. Those total coliform counts give a general indication of sanitary condition of a water supply. So first we have total coliforms that include bacteria that are found in soil, in the water that has been influenced by surface water, and in human or animal waste. Then we have fecal coliforms, which are the group of total coliforms that are considered to be present specifically in the gut, feces of warm-blooded animals. Because of the origins of fecal coliforms are more specific than the origins of more of the general total coliform group of bacteria, fecal coliforms are considered a more accurate indication of animal or human waste than total coliforms. And then we have the E. coli, which is the major species, maybe you've heard that, in fecal coliform. That can give you a lot of stomach issues and gut issues. And of the 5 general groups of bacteria that compromise total coliforms, only E. coli is generally not found growing and reproducing in the environment. Consequently, E. coli is considered to be the species of coliform bacteria that is the best indicator of fecal pollution and possible presence of pathogens. Are coliform harmful bacteria? Most of them actually don't cause disease, but some rare strains of E. coli, particularly different strains like 0157H7, can cause serious illness. So the best thing to do is to test for it to make sure that it is benign. How do you do that? Testing for bacteria is the only reliable way to know if your water is safe. You can't tell by the look or taste or smell of the water if the disease-causing organisms are in it. New York State Department of Health recommends the well owners test their water coliform for bacteria once a year. It's also a good idea if you're in a city area like Manhattan, Queens, or the Bronx as well. But when should you test? Late spring or early summer are the best times to test your well, since coliform contamination is likely to show up during wet weather. Whether your test results are positive or negative, you need to understand the sample you connected is just a snapshot, meaning you just got one sample and there could be multiple organisms in other ones. So what do the results mean? Well, coliform bacteria is present in your drinking water. You're risking contracting a waterborne illness. And although it can come from things other than fecal matter, a positive total coliform should be considered an indication of pollution in your well. So the best thing to do is to have your water professionally, periodically tested and analyzed so you know if your coliform is benign or not, and so it doesn't cause serious illness.